The flashlight trembled in your hand as you walked the dining room floor. The shift had already been tense. Too quiet, too still. You'd stayed late checking wiring at the service hall area, and now your muscles ached with exhaustion. But then the world went sideways. Your foot caught on a loose cable, and you fell straight into a half-broken metal frame. A sharp edge tore into your arm, deep and sudden. Pain exploded up to your shoulder as blood began dripping to the floor. You tried to stand, but dizziness washed over you. Your knees buckled and you collapsed again. The emergency lights flickered on, and footsteps answered, but not human ones. Through the dark came heavy footsteps, slow, steady, deliberate, and your breath caught. Freddy. He appeared at the far end of the dining area, eyes glowing like twin stars. Even through the pain, you froze, waiting for what always came at this hour. But Freddy didn't rush. He approached slowly, scanning the flickering security lights, scanning you, scanning the bottom of the floor. His voice came out low, processed, and gentle. You have sustained damage. You gave a weak laugh despite the pain. That's one way to say it. Freddy stepped closer, not looming, not threatening, not this time. He crouched down beside you, metal knees hitting tile with a dull thud. His senses flickered over the balloon. Severe laceration, he reported in a calm tone. Medical attention required. You tried to get up, but your knees nearly gave out. Freddy's arm reached behind you instantly, holding you upright so you didn't collapse again. No, Freddy said softly. Do not strain yourself. And you winced. If I don't, I'll pass out again. Freddy's internal systems hummed, and something shifted between his optical lights. His next words sounded less like programming and more like emotion. I will not allow that. A soft beeping echoed from inside his chest compartment. Error messages scored beneath his eyes. Protective response. Unidentified. Priority target equals lion. Threat to target equals injury. Blood loss. Recommended action. Report to security. Counteraction detected. Freddy froze. His programming told him to report your condition to management, to alert the system automatically, to follow protocol. But something else, something deeper interrupted. Compassion signal detected. Emotional override engaged. Freddy blinked once, and he chose. Without asking permission, but with extraordinary care, Freddy slipped one arm under your legs and another behind your back, lifting you off the floor with surprising gentleness. You gasped. Freddy? You are losing blood, he said softly. I will take your safety. He held you close to his warm chassis, mindful of the wound. Your head rested against his shoulder out of instinct. Freddy's servos adjusted instantly to hold you more comfortably, as though cradling something precious. No harm will come to you while I am carrying you, he added. It didn't sound like a threat. It sounded like a vow. He pushed through a service door into the old break room. A forgotten space with no cameras and no human animatronics. Freddy knelt and set you on the ground, making sure your body didn't jolt from movement. Then he moved with urgency. From the maintenance cabinet he grabbed alcohol wipes, medical tape, and a roll of bandages. He returned and sat beside you, large frame turned inward, posture careful. "This will hurt," he warned softly. When the alcohol touched the wound, you hissed in pain, and Freddy froze instantly. "I did not want to cause you discomfort," he said, voice dripping into something like worry. "It's okay," you whispered. "It's supposed to sting." Freddy processed and nodded, very slowly, and continued, gentler. He wrapped the bandages around your arm with clumsy but careful precision. Every touch was cautious, like he was afraid of breaking you. "You are fragile," he murmured. "Humans usually are." He went quiet for a long moment, servo motors humming softly, then very audible. "That must be difficult." You blinked. No animatronic had ever spoken like that. But Freddy continued, voice almost a whisper. "To believe, knowing you could break so easily." You leaned your head weakly against his arm. "It's easier when someone's there to help." Freddy's systems glitched, something inside him struggling to translate emotion into logic. Finally he said, "Then I will help." He adjusted his position so that you could rest against him completely, your head on his shoulder, your weight supported by his arm. "Your heart rate is decreasing," he said. "Your body is relaxing." "That's because I am not scared of you," you whispered. Freddy stilled, not scared. No one had ever said that to him. Not once in his records. Not once in his programming history. He didn't know how to categorize it. So, instead of answering, he simply held you closer, protectively, quietly, like you were the most important thing in the room. Your breathing started to slow, exhaustion pulling at you. Freddy gently touched the side of your head, not restraining, not forcing, simply comforting. "You are safe," he said, voice soft as a lullaby. "Sleep if you must." "Aren't you supposed to shut down in the morning?" A pause, a hum of internal circuitry. "Yes," Freddy finally answered, "but I will not leave you while you are vulnerable." Your eyes closed, not from fear, but from trust, and Freddy stayed awake all night. Sunlight crept across the floor from a dusty window. The shift was long over, the building powered down, animatronics quiet everywhere. Everywhere except here. Freddy still sat with you, asleep against him. His arm wrapped carefully around you to make sure you didn't slip or reopen the wound. He was supposed to return to the stage hours ago. His programming reminded him again. Disobedience flag critical. Behavioral deviation. Freddy looked down at you, sleeping peacefully for the first time in days, and answered his own internal alarm. Compassion is not an error. He brushed your hair away from your face with one gentle hand, and whispered a final promise. I will protect you, even for myself if I must. And for the first time since he'd been built, Freddy chose not to obey, because caring for you mattered more than any code.